Lesson 5-1, Integers. By the end of today's lesson, you will be able to locate integers and their opposites on a number line, understand the meaning of the absolute value of an integer, as well as name an integer to represent a situation. Remember to take notes as we go along and pause as needed so that way you can take the notes that you need to. Integers are whole numbers and their opposites. They are either positive, negative, or zero. So we can use sea level and heights that are above and below sea level as an illustration for this. We have a mountain that would be 11,000 feet. That's a positive integer. We have sea level, which is at 0 feet. And then we have a spot on the ocean floor, which is negative 180 feet. So that's actually below the sea level. Let's take a look at this number line so that way we can see the relationship between the integers. Here in the middle, we have 0. 0 is neither positive nor negative. Each number on the number line also has an opposite. So they've used positive 2 and negative 2 as an example. Those are opposite numbers. Another set of opposite numbers would be positive 1 and negative 1. We have negative integers which are less than 0. I always like to think of that as owing someone money. That's how I usually teach my students and my own kids is I say negative is when you owe someone money. Positive is the money that you have. So positive integers, they're the numbers that are greater than 0. Usually when you write a positive sign, we won't write this little positive sign. We're just including this here so that way you're getting used to seeing the difference between positive and negative. But as we go along, you don't have to write the positive sign. We also have the absolute value of integers, and this will be how far they are away from 0 on the number line. So if we have the absolute value of 2, that would be, we would write it like this for absolute value. That's what these two lines on the outside mean, the absolute value. So 2 is how far away from 0 on the number line. We would go 1, 2, and that's 2 spaces away from 0. Now if we have negative 2, which we would write for absolute value, you put those brackets, the lines. So now we're going to see what the absolute value of negative 2 is. So we would start at 0 and count to the left until we reach negative 2. 1, 2. So that's also 2 places away from 0. So the absolute value tells how far a number is away from 0. We don't use negative signs in our answers for absolute value. So another example would be if we have negative 4. The absolute value of negative 4. So let's count here on our number line. We're going to start at 0 and we count till we get to negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 spots away. So the absolute value of negative 4 is 4. Let's try 5. Positive 5. The absolute value of 5, let's count from 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be 5. You can kind of notice a pattern here that the absolute value of the number is always just the positive number. Negative 2, it's 2 spots away. Positive 2 is 2 spots away. Negative 4 is 4 spots away, and 5 is 5 spots away. So remember, the absolute value is the distance from 0 on the number line, and it's written with these brackets. Now if you have 0, the absolute value of 0, and that would look like this, the absolute value of 0. How far away is 0 from 0 on the number line? Let's count. Well, I didn't move anywhere, so it's 0. The absolute value of 0 is 0. So let's use the number line to look at a few more examples. If problems are asking us to talk about something that's gaining, gaining goes to the right. We always gain to the right and we lose to the left. So let's write that down. So remember to rewatch any part of this lesson that you need to as you're working on today's problems, and have a good day with math.